Good morning. Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming back. Let's dive straight into it. Why is it so important to change the narrative around access to tech and the people that we see in that space?
From our side at the moment, there's only 13% of females considering careers in technology or STEM as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And this really needs to change. I think careers in technology are suited to so many personality types because of how diverse technology is. Whether you're a problem solver, whether you've got attention to detail, whether you're a creative, there are so many opportunities and one that we really need to increase that gender representation across the board in organizations and for females in technology.
You also argue that showcasing everyday role models is also a vital point to, or maybe something that we need to consider when we change the narrative. But do you think there are enough women who can be representatives in that regard?
The talent pool of females in technology is growing. If we look at last year's statistics from OfferZen, it was 18% of females in software development roles, and this year it's 22%. So we are
Um,
seeing the needle shift somewhat, but
mhm.
not enough as yet. But from our side, just to use Red Academy as an example, when we go to schools, to do school activations, to launch the idea of careers in technology, we take females who have come through our programs, females from very similar backgrounds to the schools that we go to showcase just what's possible and that this can be done in a year when you do pick the right training organization to launch your career. So they are role models, but we certainly need to shift that needle, from 22% and increase it significantly in the years ahead.
Mm. Jessica, what specific changes do you think needs to be made at school level? Maybe looking at the curriculum.
That question often comes up about, do we mandate the need for technology at a school level? And I think from my side, students should always look to what they are interested in, where their passion lies, where their attitude and aptitude, what it's for. It might not be a career in technology, but to open up those opportunities is exceptionally important. When we look to the curriculum, it should be something that is far closer to the realities of the world these days. Whether it is something that you're doing at school, whether it's an after school activity, whether it's self research, it is very important to stay connected to the rate of change in the world. And this is why we also go to schools to just launch that thinking around technology, around the roles and the opportunities and the careers that exist in the field because it is rapidly changing.
Mm. And beyond conversation, then, what are the next practical steps that people can take to support this mental shift, the perception as well, and feed to the vision?
I think practical steps is definitely research, finding out more about careers and technology, whether it's attending things like, an open day, whether it's following us on Instagram, whether it's other YouTube channels, perhaps,
Mm.
or LinkedIn, following networks, just to find out more, to stay up to date with it. Maybe even if you're considering a career in technology, it's finding out what different fields exist, whether it's data science, whether it's quality assurance, software development, AI developers. There's so many roles these days. And perhaps if the first one isn't exciting, there would be others. So it's,
Mm.
using your attitude, your aptitude, your skill set, and finding what excites you within that field.
You speak about YouTube, and I agree because most young people are on YouTube now. And I think it's just about a matter of directing them to the right content because it's not bad. I mean, I hear most people say, oh, but the YouTube is so misleading and all of that. I don't think it's entirely bad. I think there's quite a lot of information. I know quite a few people as well who have changed careers and they've gone on a self-taught mission and they've got valuable information from YouTube themselves. And I think with young people in primary as well as high school on YouTube, there should kind of be a go-to list of the people to follow in terms of these career. and to kind of help guide them with the information. Jessica, just wanted to add on that. But lastly, what message then do you have for young girls who are interested in tech but feel like the industry, may not be as accessible?
I think it's to do some research on it, find out more about those careers that exist, and perhaps even following us on Instagram when we highlight the females that have come through, our program. As an example, we've got Jamie Lee, who's the first in her family to finish matric and study further, who's launched a career, and she's now in a software team. So to see others, from similar sort of beginnings and backgrounds and launching their careers, just to perhaps even have the opportunity to pick their brain about what it's been like. But don't let the statistics scare you off from entering a career in technology. Just because the representation isn't there yet doesn't mean it's not going to get there, and it doesn't mean that you can't be a part of that change and be an extremely successful female in a career in technology in future.
Mm-hmm. And please share your social media handles. You've been referring to Instagram. What's your handle there?
It's redacademy.sa.
All right. Thank you so much, Jessica, for chatting to us on Tech Africa this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Jessica Hawkey.